This is Ramzan Kadyrov, the strongman leader of Chechnya, a Muslim-majority region in Russia's North Caucasus. On state TV, Kadyrov is everywhere. The local public broadcaster might as well be called Kadyrov TV as the cameras follow him, opening a new kindergarten, visiting a teen who dreamt of meeting him for years, hiking, opening a reconstructed road, and personally delivering gifts to children in a hospital. But Kadyrov is also well-schooled in public intimidation. He's known for making death threats against critics and forcing people to confess to moral crimes on screen. Like this 16-year-old whose public apology ran on air for 46 minutes.
So internet соцсеть является свободная. So din noche Roman, din noche idolin Muslim steht das Internet.
Kadyrov also has quite the social media presence. He used to have more than 3 million followers on Instagram, where they could see posts like this, a poem dedicated to his pistol. Kadyrov's verified account was suspended in 2017 due to US sanctions and also blocked in 2018 and 2019, but he has found his way back to the platform. In May 2021, he live-streamed his response to a 15-year-old who called him Satan.
Я найду тебя, да, и мы посмотрим, да, кто из нас шайтан там.
Kadyrov's cult of personality, honed on television and amplified on social media, can perhaps only be rivaled in Russia by that of President Vladimir Putin himself. Widespread accusations of grave human rights violations get no mention, of course. Rights activists and critics say that Kadyrov's grasp on Chechnya is not only all-encompassing, but also brutally violent. In recent years, some of the most chilling accounts of life in Chechnya have come from reports about anti-gay purges, the systematic abduction, torture, and even killing of members of the LGBT community. First reported by the Russian newspaper Novaya Gazeta, the wave of persecution against gays began in 2016 and was also thoroughly investigated by RFERL. Among more than 100 men believed to have been caught up in the purge was Chechen singer Selimkhan Bakayev, who mysteriously disappeared in August 2017. He remains missing. Kadyrov later suggested that Bakayev was killed by his own family for bringing shame upon them. The family denied this. By then, activists from the Russian rights group LGBT Network had gathered harrowing testimonies from scores of victims of the purge. It was like a professionally trained SWAT team, and as they were grabbing me everywhere, I thought they were going to rape me. I endured as much as I could, but I broke when they showed me a video of the torture. We were forced to beat others up and to electrocute them. I was tortured with electricity. They used a device with wires that had clamps at the end. They attached the clamps to my body. They laughed when I cried. The first victim to speak publicly about his experiences was Maxim Lapunov. He was arrested in March 2017.
Меня отбили буквально руки, ноги. А когда я уехал уже из Чечни, я буквально еле ползал.
The official response to the allegations of an anti-gay purge? Total denial, no criminal investigations, and an infamous comment from Kadyrov. Russian federal authorities took a relatively softer line.
Не подтвердилось не только наличие фактов нарушения этих прав, не удалось найти даже представителей ЛГБТ-сообщества в Чечне.
Victims claim that the orders for the witch hunt came from the top. Analysts say this would fit with policies rooted in Kadyrov's brand of ultra-conservative Islam. The consumption of alcohol is strictly restricted in Chechnya, quasi-official dress codes for women are sometimes enforced, and homosexuality is denounced as Western decadence. So-called honor killings have been defended by the authorities. On the surface, it looks a lot like a state within a state. But it's more like a patron-client relationship between Putin and Kadyrov, a relationship that appears to be very important to Putin. Chechen separatists fought for independence from Russia in 2 bloody and devastating wars after the collapse of the Soviet Union. Crushing Chechen separatism was one of the first promises Putin made when he rose to power 2 decades ago. His appointment of Kadyrov as Chechnya's leader in 2007 has helped Moscow maintain order over the restive North Caucasus Republic. Simply put, the Kremlin turns a blind eye to Kadyrov's abuses so long as Chechnya remains loyal, analysts say. Kadyrov has been honored by Putin as a hero of Russia and given several medals. He has been accused of overseeing widespread corruption and even taking part of the regional budget for his own personal use. In return, he helps burnish Putin's image and stamps out dissent with the aid of his private militia, the Kadyrovцы. In May 2020, Kadyrov was reportedly hospitalized with the coronavirus. This was never confirmed, but it raised questions about what might happen in Chechnya after his rule ends. Some experts suggest the Kremlin has grown tired of Kadyrov, whose father was also a pro-Kremlin leader. But Kadyrov is still firmly in charge, entering his 15th year at the helm. And so, he carries on. At a grave cost, activists say, to human rights and civil liberties in Chechnya.